Now, this is trinomial factoring. So what's the first thing we do each time? Bryn, you're going to draw your star. Good. And what goes in the top of our star? 18. And what goes in the bottom?
11.
And what goes in the top left and right? 1 and 1. And then I want you to list for me, I know that we know the numbers, but I just want you to list for me all the factors of 18. So what two numbers multiply to give us 18? 3 and 6, 2 and 9, and 1 and 18. Awesome. Now, not only do we have to find the numbers that multiply to give us 18, but they have to add to give us what? They have to add to give us 11. And as Reggie said, it's 2 and 9. Now, does it matter which way I write it? Could I put my 9 over here?
Nope.
I can. It doesn't matter. Good. So then how do I write it in my parentheses?
X plus 9. X plus 2.
Does it matter which way I write it?
No.
Nope, it doesn't. How many of us got it right? Take a point. Good job, guys. Say, Will you please get out the point strip? There we go. Look at those manners. 2.
We could have 4.
Alright, are we ready to look at number 6? Does anybody have any questions on number 5?
Nope.
If we didn't do our homework, did we write this down?
Nope. I just did the whole problem on the board. You only asked me, so that's it. Why should I have to write this down? Paris, we call it Jordan, right? We're gonna write this down, right?
Oh no. Still teaching by the time I get older.
Stop, it's recording.
I'm just saying.
Stop.
Still teaching.
Stop.
I'm sending my
Stop.
kid. You teach my kid.
It's still.
You do not need to reproduce.
I'm going, bro.
You teach my kid. They were exactly like me.
Alright, on number 6, what number goes in the top of our star?
14.
14. And what goes in the bottom?
9.
Alright, now, I know that we know what number it is, but list for me the multiples of 14.
2, 7. 114.
Good. Alright, now what two numbers add to give us 9? 2 and 7. Alright, and what goes in our parentheses?
X plus 2.
No, what's our variable?
X plus. Wait, it doesn't matter how it goes, y'all. I'm telling you.
No, but what's our variable?
Yeah.
So why are you saying X?
Paris said. Well, Paris said.
How are we doing so far? How many of us got that right? If 2 people at your table got it right, give your team a point.
I got it.
He didn't do his homework, so.
You got to tell the whole world.
Hey man.
She wasn't here yesterday, and Eric didn't do his homework. Alright, number 7. What is different about number 7?
It's negative.
What's negative?
It's Y.
This is negative. Alright, so what goes on top?
8.
Bottom?
Negative 6.
1 and 1. Alright, list for me all the multiples of 8.
2 and 4. 1 and 8.
Now, do they both have to be negative, or only one have to be negative?
1. Both.
If this is positive, they both match this. So is this positive?
Yes.
That means they both have to be negative. So negative, 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 negative. And it is going to be negative 2 and negative 4.
It doesn't matter how you write it.
It doesn't, but we do need to make sure we write a y. So y minus 2 and y minus 4.
You got that right, Ray.
Yes.
Oh, you just said that.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Did anybody else get it right? If 2 people at your table got it right, take a point.
Oh, you practice these points like this.
No. Alright, number 8. Now, what is different about number 8? Negative 15.
It says exponent, bro.
Ooh, they all got exponents.
I know. I'm just saying.
Alright, so negative 15, 2, 1, and 1. Now, this time, C is negative. So that means that your big factor has to match the sign of B. So that means our big factor is going to be positive, and our small factor is going to be what?
Negative.
Good. Now, list for me, let's not worry about the fact that 15 is negative. Just list for me the multiples of 15.
3 and 5.
3 and 5.
1 and 15.
Okay. Now, the big one is going to be what? Is it going to be positive or negative?
Oh.
Positive. So our small number is going to be negative.
Negative 3 and 5.
Now, negative 3 and 5 are what add up to give us positive 2. So what goes in our parentheses?
W minus 3. W plus 5.
Good. W minus 3 and W plus 5. Alright, let's summarize what we did. What's the first thing we do every single time?
Do the sign.
Draw the star.
Whatever it is.
First, draw the star. Alright, then do we have to look at C to figure out what our signs are going to be?
Yes.
Alright, look at C for signs. And then what's the last thing we do each time? Find two numbers that what?
Go with.
Find two numbers that what?
They go into.
Oh, that, match.
We're just going to stop talking. We're going to all stop talking and stop having our side conversations, and we're going to pay attention to what I'm doing. Or we're all just going to have detention, and we're just going to alternate days.
Ooh, well,
Okay.
You said all?
I did, and I didn't stutter. So, what am I asking you that we do? We draw the star, we look at C for the signs, and then we find two numbers that what?
That can multiply with whatever you get.
That multiply to get what? Does it multiply to get our C or our B?
C.
It multiplies to get C and adds to get what?
RB.
Good. Alright, in the top drawer of your tower, each person gets 2 sheets for today. We're going to keep practicing. It is hot. Turn the air on, please.
Hey, not give, shut up. Hey, give her. Hey, not give her.
So what's the name?
How you know?
Okay. Miss Brister, you're not allowed to ask Miss Gonzalez until you have looked at your notebook and talked to your neighbor. Does everybody understand?
Gotcha.
Okay? Now, we are going to work these out on the back. I don't care which piece of paper on the back you work it out, but we're going to work out each and every problem. Does everybody understand? Okay? Now, number 1, turn your paper over. A squared plus 8a plus 7. Alright, so the first thing we do is what?
Draw the star.
Draw the star.
Really on top of it. Everything on top.
Alright, what goes on the top? And the bottom? 1 and 1. Now, it says to look at C on page 28. It says look at C. If C is positive, both factors match the sign of B. Is C positive?
Yep.
Okay, so both factors are going to be what? Positive, because they match this. Now, what two numbers multiply to give us 7? 1 and 7. Are those the only ones?
Yeah, I believe so, because 7 is the odd number.
It's a prime number.
Right.
Prime. It is odd, but it's a prime number. Alright, now, do those also add to give us 8? 1 plus 7 is? Good, so we write a 1 here and a 7 here. Now, what goes in our parentheses?
A plus 1, A plus 7.
Does it matter which way I write it?
No.
Nope. Does everybody see what I did? Now we're going to turn our paper over. And we're going to write A plus 1, and a plus 7. The directions say, factor the following polynomials. Then color the factors on the picture according to the color. So you're going to find these factors and color them what?
Green.
Green. Magic. Then it says, for polynomials that can be factored by removing the GCF, color only the GCF. We're going to get to those in a minute. Let's look at number 2. Is everybody ready? Flip it over. B squared minus 5b plus 6.
That's a negative, so it's gonna be a negative.
Are they both going to be negative, or is only one going to be negative? They're both going to be negative because this is positive.
You said it earlier.
You look at C every time, and if C is positive, both signs match B. C is positive, so both signs are going to be negative. Alright, let's write 6 here, negative 5 here, 1 and 1.
2 and 3, 1 and 6.
Alright, Reggie said that we're going to do 2 and 3, 1 and 6, and they're both going to be negative. What's negative 2 plus a negative 3? Negative 5, is that what we need? Magic! Negative 2, negative 3.
Even though I did it the other way, I was gonna say.
¿Viste más? And you get negativo 5. ¿No siguiendo? Okay.
So what?
This should be 6.
Oh, I was gonna say, I just,
That's me.
I think negative.
That's me. It should be 6 right here. Not 5. Yeah.
That'd be true.
We were multiplying to get the right thing and adding. I just wrote the wrong number. Alright, so what goes in our parentheses?
B minus 2, B minus 3.
Good. B minus 2, B minus 3.
You say you don't teach geometry too? Alright, I'll be your class teacher.
Maybe.
You don't teach me that.
We'll see.
I better end back with them.
Never.
I used to know the math teacher.
Alright, now, you're going to work on some without me, and then we're going to come back and check. Does everybody understand? Alright, good luck. May the force be with you. Make the star every time. List your factors every time. You're going to need a calculator. I need to keep going up, or is that good? Okay. You just divide it, you put 2 on the outside of your parentheses, and you divide everything by 2. So 2x squared divided by 2 will give you x squared. 6x divided by 2 would give you 3x. And then 108 divided by 2 would give you 54. And the directions say color only the GCF according to the color, so you're only going to color 2. Okay?
I get it.
Does that help? Yes. A blue-green color.